all trash, man. I don't need them no more. I don't need it. I don't need you. I don't need it no more. Why? Steroids are a waste of time.
Now steroids are a waste of time. I got it.
For training programs, meal plans, and coaching, make sure you check out Khpfitnessandtraining.com.
What's going on, my fitness seekers all over the world? Kelvin's Health, Physical Fitness, and Training, otherwise known as Khpfitness. Here for another video once again. And man, I am talking about the one and only Cali Muscle. It's been too long. My fellow bald brother is blowing up the internet once again, per usual. Blowing it up. He is at it again. I guess he just went vegan. He just went vegan. At least for 30 days. No protein for 30 days. This is a wild thing. A lot of people get the payout, but then in the midst of the payout, they get indigestion. And that's what I think Cali Muscle is receiving now. He's went through a lot. It's been a long journey for my man. So what I went and did is dug up on a little bit of what's going on in Mr. Cali Muscle's life. But before that happens, I want you to do something for me. If you could. You know what I want. Oh yeah, you know what I want. Go ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends. Hit that thanks if you want to support the channel. And let's get into it. I came across some comments, man. I was on Facebook where somebody was like, this is clown-ish. And as I look into it, I'm like, clown-ish. I started reading the comments on what happens with him with this watermelon fast, how he is now looking on Generation Iron talking about steroids were a waste of time. Where did this come from? So if you're not familiar with him, I'm going to go and give you a brief overview of Cali Muscle. Cali Muscle is a guy who was pretty genetically blessed. If it's true, these pictures are from when he was 21 years old. 21 years old, this man's doing the crucifix pose. He's most muscular, and he's just out angling everybody, man. This is a guy who most people, if natural, won't ever get anywhere near that, even at his height and weight. Like, there's just some genetic, gorilla genetics that he got that he's so thick and so massive. And this is even before his steroid journey. So he went ahead, did some time in jail. Everybody knows that backstory. And if you don't, you can go to his channel, check that part out. After getting out of jail, he went into bodybuilding. He wanted to do something positive. Won a couple of shows, Mr. California 2012 and other ones. And then he went into acting. And I liked it because I seen some of his clips. That's actually how I actually fell upon him too. In a couple of Geico commercials. He did a Planet Fitness commercial. That was pretty funny to see. He's like, train the body, bro. Train the body. Drain these suckers' accounts. Super funny. I guess with that, he ran into a guy named Arash who did the Strength Project. And on the Strength Project is when he really started taking off because he said there was no money in bodybuilding. So he started to do the YouTube part. And if you get on a YouTube partner program and you get enough views, you can set your life up well. That's what your boy trying to do, huh? Your boy trying to get his life set up well. Subscribe, man. But in all seriousness, though, he got a huge following. If I'm correct, last time I checked, I think he's at 3.2 million subscribers. So that's a big accomplishment in its own. But I've never liked a lot of his content. The way he was just so over animated and doing whatever he could to get views. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I need to get on up here. And I never liked that style of content. That's not me. I bring the energy. I bring the content. I bring the advice. I bring the intelligence. But one thing you'll never see me doing is dancing up and down for some views, man. That's just not what I'm going to do. So anybody who does that, hey, to each his own. That's not what helps me look in the mirror in the day. But what I really wanted to do is take you through this video. I stumbled upon it. He was crushing up Trenbolone. He was crushing up all his Dynaballs and everything. He was crushing these things up. And he says that steroids were a waste of time. Okay. And I was like, okay, maybe they were. Maybe he's realizing that now because of the things that he's going through. So what I'm going to do is play 2.5 minute video for you, not straight through. I'll be interrupting in between, giving you my part of it and my take on the Kali muscle journey when it comes to his realization on why it's a waste of time.
I just had to do this video. I had this stuff laying around and I got mad.
So the first thing he says is he had this stuff laying around and he got mad about it. Kali, if you off of it, man, why is it even in your house? But I guess for the content, it's some good marketing, brother. There's some good marketing. So maybe that's the reason.
Bowling, man, it gets you strong, right? It also get them arteries hard and strong, cause high blood pressure, water retention, which we all know water retention is bad for all your organs in your body.
When he's talking about his Trenbolone, he's talking about how it's water retention, and he's right. A lot of water retention is not that good for you. The only true one that should be holding water for you is when a lady is going through a menstrual cycle, or when there's a situation of you eating way too much salt. But anything that you put in your body that's holding water is going to make more problems in the future. You can look on into that.
It's all trash, man. I don't need them no more. I don't need it. I don't need you. I don't need it no more. Ooh, some of that test got in my eye.
At this point, he says he don't need him no more. Starts to smash him up. He's done. He's done with it all. He is done. But then in the midst of smashing it, what happens? Get some Trenbolone in his eye. Go on, you got to start all over. You got to start from scratch now, Kelly. You got to start from scratch, brother. Because once the Trenbolone hits your eye, you know, everything can be absorbed through the eye, and then it gets to where it needs to. All of a sudden, you're making 20 pounds of gains. No, I'm just playing, man. But I thought that was pretty funny that it splashed in his eye. I hope the glass didn't get him, though. Because it looked like some glass flew, too. This brother's crazy.
I've never said in the past I didn't do steroids.
Well, he says in the past he's never said he didn't do steroids, which rightfully so. He's never came straight out and said, I don't do steroids, guys. That's just not something that I do. Like, I'm a full-on natty. He's never said that. I will admit that. But when you don't talk about it, sometimes that's an admission of guilt sometimes too. But then you got the fake natties who talk about it all day, and they're fake natties. One thing I did discover, and this is from 9 years ago, if I remember correctly, with Louis Marco. And Louis Marco made a reaction video about him admitting that he was on the juice.
Clean, as he says on the video. By the way, the video link will be at the bottom if you did not watch it, but I guess you watched it. It is all over YouTube, Facebook, gym memes and whatnot. Republish it. So he came clean, long story short.
And what does Kali Muscle does in acting form, Kali Muscle go to? He goes ahead and shows you his juicing stack.
I'm getting all these abundance of emails, messages through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all this social media, asking me, what's my juice stack? Should I tell the people the truth? Because they saying I'm lying to the kids. They say that I'm making a mockery of the fitness world. They said I'm an outright liar. So after consulting with my team and God, as well as my attorney, I said, you know what? I'm gonna come clean about my juicing. So, usually in the morning I start off with this good old apple. There you go, oh yeah. Look at that good juice. Oh, look at them vitamins. So you gotta be strong. This juice makes you strong, boy. Back years ago, I wasn't going to come out and say I did illegal substances.
That's fair. That's a fair point that we always have to give a lot of the bodybuilders. Now, like I said, the ones who take it and just try to say, well, if you don't look like me, then you're just not doing what you need to be doing. Don't be mad at me. As Kali say, be mad at God. You don't want to admit that you're doing illegal substances because that's issues right there, and you can be arrested. Everybody can drop you, like all of your sponsorships and such, because they don't want to associate with it, even though they know most people are taking them within their format. But I mean, it is what it is. This is all allegedly, all right? Don't come suing me, guys. Don't come suing me.
LA daily videos. Y'all seen I was huge. I was doing mukbangs, which another disclaimer. People like, oh, that's what gave you the heart attack, the food.
Rightfully so, man. This is another one. It was a contributor. We saw what he was eating. And he did multiple mukbangs. He was eating multiple items when it came down to it. And those are contributing factors on top of steroids. Any issues that you have is going to exacerbate them. So you have to be very careful and take heed when you're stressing the body out more through the things that you're taking.
Through this rabbit hole of using roids, peds, juice, and I'm back to what I was before I started.
Says in there, he went through this rabbit hole of going on and off of steroids just to end up back at 190 where he first started. When he was 180, 190, and he got up to 260, but as soon as the drugs were done, he was right back. And this is also another reason why I never even thought about him, because just like when I was bulking instead of main gaining, it was a situation where I would gain all this extra fat, think that I'm putting on extra muscle, and that was not the case.
I mean, of course, everybody say you got famous because of your buffness, but I've been funny, been an actor, been a comedian. So the muscles, if I had the muscles or not.
This is the part I have contention on. This is the part. Because it is true, Cali, talking to you directly, man. It is true that your muscles did help. You had the freak factor. 260 pounds walking the street, no shirt on, do-rag, pants. What do you think? You don't think those things helped you out? You might have been funny. You might have been an actor. Tons of funny people. Tons of actors. That does not mean that you're going to make it. You had that freak factor that stuck out, and they saw the freak factor, so they reached out to you versus the 100 people, hundreds of thousands of people that come over to California to get acting deals. And you've seen the deals that you got. It was Planet Fitness, Geico, where you're flexing and doing all your things. But every role that you got was you being a strong guy in this particular role. Not just because you're funny. They just saw that freak factor. Your build and everything that you got going on with that contributed to what you have now, which made you, I would think, a millionaire. You have to contribute that. You can't just put it to the side and discount the steroid part of it, man. That's the biggest part of the issue.
I had the muscles or not. If that was the case, now I'm reaching more people, in my eyes, being fit and preaching this healthy message. Steroids is a waste of time, bro.
I don't think that he's reaching more people now. Like I said, he has a full following, a huge following, but a big part of his following came off the mukbangs. He got some following from his gaming content, but definitely from his freak factor. That was the biggest part. The freak factor set everything into motion. And you can see his newest videos. He has 3.2 million subscribers, and he's only getting 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 a video. Every now and then it's 100,000 and up. But you can see that there's less reach, even though he has more people since he's been off the drugs. It only makes sense, man. So you have to contribute that people want that free factor, and you're not going to get as big of a piece of a pie or as much attention when you're not doing steroids. It's just the honest truth, and somebody has to tell it. But what I take from this video, I'm glad that after the heart attack, he's okay. His watermelon fast is a bit extreme, just like what I told you with Zana Dart. Man, we got to learn how to find a middle ground. And we have to learn that even though you're feeling that indigestion from your decisions, that at the end of the day, it did help you with everything that you're doing. That's all I got for you guys today, man. I just wanted to take you through that and tell you that, is it worth it? You gotta make the decision on that, man. You can do this thing naturally like I do and keep trying to get these gains naturally, boom, boom. Or you can go down to the dark side and deal with the consequences later. A lot of these guys aren't making it to the other side though. A lot of them. It's not worth it to me. So I'll keep doing my natural thing and helping those who need help naturally. I do it with the bands, and I've still been able to gain. I'm vegan, and I've still been able to gain. I am the walking contradiction. Like, comment, subscribe. If you need any help with anything, reach out to me. I make meal plans, training programs. I'm available typically 7 days a week. If you train with me, hit up Khpfitnessandtraining.com. All my social medias are the same. Check them out. You guys take care. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.